Everybody talks about, oh, I want a faithful man and I want a faithful man. And honesty is so key. Communication is key. Meanwhile, you're a liar. You like liars. The last 3 men that you've dated were liars and dishonest and cheating. Like, sometimes we can't look at the other person and be like, you did this. And to me, we have to look at ourselves and be like, why did I allow that? But don't nobody want to do that. Y'all hate this teach right now, see? But you're gonna receive it. Don't hit the back button. Continue with the video. You need to hear it. Somebody you know needs to hear it, so go on and share it. And while you at it, like it and subscribe. Greetings, Royals. It is Constance with QueenlyMe.com, your place for tips and inspiration on learning love and pursuing that purpose the right way, okay? So, I was watching Ashley Empower's recent video she did about where are the good men, and I was watching it with a friend, and we got into this really good conversation about things that women do that make us blind to the good men that are right in front of our faces. And you know, I just felt like I needed to help someone on today to remove the veil, okay? To open your eyes and point out some things that keep us women blind to the good men that are right in front of our faces. So one thing that makes us blind to the good men is that a lot of women are cutting men at the knees for the smallest, dumbest reasons. We expect men to come in and accept us just as we are. If you can't take me at my worst, you can't have me at my best. If you won't take my dirt, then you can't have my gold. I had this one friend that was starved to be in a relationship. And the thing is, she had really good men coming at her from every direction. I mean, they were just like continuous. But she would find the smallest reason to stop dating him. I'm like, yeah, so, you know, what happened to so-and-so? Oh, girl, his shoes were dirty. He had a scuff on the top of his shoe and it didn't even bother him. I just cannot. Girl, his breath was stale. I don't do stale breath men. It's a no. His teeth are a little crooked. He stutters. He didn't stink, but he didn't smell good, and that's just unacceptable. His hips are too wide, okay? You cannot be thicker than me. I'm not saying that some of these things aren't important to women, because yes, they matter. We're all about the details, but sometimes those details can get us messed up. It can get us focusing on the wrong thing and lose a whole good man because of that one detail. Meanwhile, and here's the thing, here is the thing. She was cutting all these dudes down for these stupid reasons, but she was insecure, she was materialistic, she was damaged, she had abandonment and rejection issues, which probably makes sense as to why she was treating these men this way. Because you treat other people exactly how you feel about yourself. There's no way to get around that. Because the guys she actually gave the time of day to, they were disrespectful, they were unfaithful, they were abusive. We have to watch this, ladies, and it can happen so quick. Like, we all have these certain default settings that we just operate from. And if we're not trying to be self-aware, if we're not really asking ourselves, like, why am I attracted to this type of person? What's the real reason behind me not wanting to date this person? If you don't start asking yourself questions and start giving yourself the side eye, you'll start doing stuff that doesn't even make sense. You'll start doing stuff that goes against what you actually want. Everybody talks about, oh, I want a faithful man and I want a faithful man. And honesty is so key. Communication is key. Meanwhile, you're a liar. You like liars. The last 3 men that you've dated were liars and dishonest and cheating. Like, sometimes we can't look at the other person and be like, you did this. And to me, we have to look at ourselves and be like, why did I allow that? But don't nobody want to do that. Y'all hate this teach right now, see? But you're gonna receive it. Don't hit the back button. Continue with the video. You need to hear it. Somebody you know needs to hear it, so go on and share it. And while you at it, like it and subscribe. So it wasn't that there were no good men left. It was that her damage was making her choose the wrong men. It was making her surround herself with men that were no good. She was just creating an environment that were bringing the bad men in. She was unaware of the good men that were actually approaching her. Now, I'm not telling you to lower your standards and go date somebody that you're not attracted to, or I'm not saying that. But know the difference between a deal breaker and a preference. Shoes can be cleaned. Weight can be lost. Teeth can be straightened. Breath can be freshened. But you gotta start looking at the big picture. How you know his breath wasn't stale? Because he was fasting and praying before y'all's date. Because he's trying to see if you are the woman that God has for him. How do you know? How do you know that he ain't been rocking the same shoes for the past couple of years because he's been investing his money into his asset portfolio, or he's been trying to pay off his car note so he can put extra money towards something that actually matters? How do you know he's putting his money in the right place? How do you know, sis? Let's look at the bigger picture now. And maybe he didn't smell good because he was so busy and so concerned with trying to carve out a time in his busy day for you that maybe he didn't have the time to go all the way home after work or after whatever it is he needed to do that day, because he didn't want to be late for your date or keep you waiting. How do you know, sis? It's tough being a good woman, yes, but it is tough being a good man out here, because we can be so ruthless. We really can. And if you want to be really real, men don't bounce back from rejection like we do. Okay, we can be in the same abusive relationship for 10, 15 years, and once we finally break free, we're ready to love again. Men aren't quite so. Rejection really takes a toll on men. And it may not seem like it because they display their feelings and emotions in different ways, and a lot of times they aren't aware of it because our society has just created this false reality of strong men and strong women too that just makes us blind to our own issues sometimes. But rejection is a big deal for men. So we have to really take responsibility for how we turn people down too. We can't just be shutting people down, cutting them off at the knees just because we're a queen on our throne and we know our worth. That's not an excuse. Some of us are turning the good men into bad men, and it's making our pool get a little smaller. How about that? Some of us, we have treated good men so badly and been so rude, even in passing, that it has made men completely shut down. And no, it's not completely our fault because they do have a choice in the matter of how they receive things, but we do have a responsibility for how we treat people. I'm just gonna say that. So I'm gonna do something that's a little unpopular these days, and I'm gonna challenge you not to lower your standards, but to change your perspective. Put some energy and some time into figuring out your own issues, your own damage, your own blinders that could keep you from seeing the good men that are right in front of your face. Because let me tell you, they are out here. Good men do exist. That's what I love about Ashley Empower's channel, and what she does is because she puts that right in front of your face. She has this video series called Dating with Purpose, and it literally showcases couples who are dating God's way, who are dating with a purpose, who are doing things right, and they tell their stories about how they met, about how their singleness journey was, about how their relationship is going, and most, if not all, of the couples she talks to are now either engaged or married. She puts it right in front of your face and she makes it real. So if you haven't seen her series on that, I would suggest that you go to her channel, that you subscribe to her, and that you start seeing in front of you what you want. If you want a good man, then you need to start surrounding yourself with visuals of that, with proof that what you want is actually out there, because that is going to help you to change your perspective as well. But for the time being, I want you to focus on you. We've got to stop putting all the pressure on the man pursuing us, and we need to make sure that when he pursues us, we're not going to be completely oblivious or blind to it because of our own damage and our own issues that we fail to deal with. Just like you expect someone to come in and accept you for who you are, flaws and all, you need to be prepared to do that in return. Because these men are not Prince Charming. They're not knights in shining armor. They're human just like us. They have feelings. They're looking for good women. And how tragic is it going to be if all the good men are saying, where are the good women at? And all the good women are saying, where are the good men at? Do you want to spend your life missing each other this whole time? Let's not do that. Let's position ourselves to be found by each other. And when we're found, we're healed, we're whole, we're open. Let's work on us. Let's change our perspectives. You know, like, if you decide that there's a certain car that you want, once you decide, like, this is what I want, you see that car everywhere you go, right? Relationships work the same way. Once you change your perspective, once you decide on what it is that you actually want, because some of us are out here looking for relationships and looking for men, and we don't even really know what we want. Name 5 traits of the person that you want to be with for the rest of your life. Figure it out. Because once you do, and once you know what you want and what you're looking for, you're gonna start seeing it. It's gonna be attracted to you. You should never be so quick to look at somebody else's flaws harder than you look at your own. Yes, flaws can be beautiful too because they tell our story. And although we should accept ourselves in spite of our flaws, we also don't need to babysit them and use them as a blanket, use them as an excuse not to grow and not to change and not to become better. There are amazing, God-fearing, attractive, deeply attractive, I've seen them, okay? Kind, pure-hearted men that are out here, and they are looking for a good woman. They're looking for love. They can communicate well. They are trying to become aware of their issues. They're doing their work. They're becoming financially stable, okay? They have a vision for their future. They have a plan. They're working that plan, and they are desiring an amazing woman to conquer the world with. So let's get our sight back, okay? Let's do our own work, and we'll all be good. So I hope that this helped. Please share it with somebody that you think needs to hear it. And while you're at it, if you made it to this point in the video, then just go ahead and give me a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me on Instagram at Constance D. Gordon and at queenly.me. We are always really excited when someone sends us content that they want to see, questions or topics that they want us to address. So never hesitate to send us questions. If you're going through a struggle, we want to know about it. We want to help you through it because the best thing for a single to know is that they're not alone. So thank you for watching, and I will see you same place next time.